Sup dudes, Ray here. Real quick video. I just want to spitball on this and kind of do a reaction because a lot of this is happening in real time. But over this last day or two, it seems like Microsoft has really shit the bed. They tried, or they haven't tried. They have implemented this, but they've hiked the price of Game Pass up by 50% a month. You're going from, or at least no wait, yeah, you're going from 19.99 to 29.99 for a Game Pass. That's an extra $120 a year. That's madness. That's crazy. And what's blowing my mind, well, not really blowing my mind, what's really exciting me about all this is seeing the reactions of everybody to this. It's about damn time we as a gaming community put our foot down when we're faced with decisions like this, actions like this. And I think now more than ever, a lot of these big companies, Microsoft, EA, all these AAA companies, need to start understanding and respecting the value of our opinions. And the only way we're going to do that is by speaking with our wallet. And I couldn't be happier with the turnout of what's going on over here. So apparently, the subscription site went down from the massive influx of people migrating to that site to cancel their subscription. And that's awesome. I can't think of a better reaction, of a better indication that what you're doing is absolutely wrong than to see your site go down from the mass amounts of people trying to cancel their subscription. I don't know if it's going to hear clapping, but I appreciate that a lot. That's really fucking cool. And not only that, but we got some previously sworn enemies jumping in the fray and kind of doing good work here. And I can't be more excited about that. First off, I want to talk about GameStop and how they are still selling their memberships at 19.99. They're not following this bullshit. It wasn't too far off that GameStop was going the way of the dodo and it was floundering, but it seems like they're really picking up the pace here and they're really trying to establish themselves as a company that caters to the gaming masses and not a company that's just trying to make money. Not only that, Amazon's doing the same thing. They're still keeping the same price for their membership. So I see this as a complete win. Sucks to Microsoft, but I feel like this is a result of the wrong kind of people in the wrong kind of positions making the wrong kind of decisions. I think you got some business analysts up there, people with degrees in business, and all these corporate people sitting here in a boardroom that have no understanding of gaming culture, the gaming community. You got a lot of these people that are sitting here trying to run this like a business when it does not work like that. You don't have a product like that. And so you're sitting here and you're trying to, oh, well, let's just hike it up. We got them sucked in. We got all these studios, right? They're going to, of course, no, we're not going to, of course, pay for shit. Gamers will only pay for things that they feel is worth their time. And over the course of these last few years, we've been getting fucked over and fucked over and fucked over and fucked over by AAA gaming all the time. And now you are starting to see us get upset about this. We're not taking that shit from Borderlands 4. We're not taking it from Pitchford, right? We're not taking this shit from Ubisoft with this stupid DRM thing, not the DRM, preserving online games, right? Shutting down online games. Europe is taking them to the trenches with that shit. We're finally starting to put our foot down and saying, no, this is not right. The way you are treating games and gamers is not right, and we're not going to tolerate it. And I'm all for it. I am 100% for it because I've been saying this for a long time. I feel like the AAA gaming industry needs to collapse. It needs to collapse. This whole situation has become so infested with corporate greed, with consumerism, with the need to pass off homogenized generic crap and overcharge for it. And I don't think there's a way of preserving what we have as far as what AAA gaming is and also getting rid of the negative shit. I think it just all needs to be burned to the ground. It needs to be reestablished. And I feel like we're kind of already heading towards that. You get games like Silk Song doing gangbusters. Obviously, Expedition 33, Larian Studios has become a beacon of hope in this because these guys seem to be just gamers like the rest of us, and I really appreciate that. Even Dice, like I know EA being bought out by Saudi Arabia is kind of weird and it's a weird situation. And I really hope I don't kick myself in the ass when I say this, but with the way EA is handling the whole Battlefield 6 rollout and optimizing it for all PCs rather than going for things like ray tracing and AI and all that shit, kind of gives me hope in the developers at least. Like I said, that's a weird situation with the Saudi Arabia thing. I don't want to extend too much because I don't want to be associated with anything that might potentially be bad here. And I'm not saying bad because it's Saudi. I'm saying it's bad because you have a private company that owns a gaming industry or gaming company. To my knowledge, the company that owns that knows nothing about gaming, and I'm against that on any level. When EA was run by the US, right? You got a bunch of corporate assholes who didn't know what they were doing and they ruined it. And I feel like that's just going to be the same here. But anyways, EA aside, all that shit aside, big ups to GameStop for standing strong. Big ups to Amazon for also doing the same thing. They could have easily went with this and tried to price gouge us as much as Microsoft is. And I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad you guys didn't. I'm also very proud of all of us, you guys watching as a gaming community who sat there and said, no, this isn't going to work. And you let your wallet speak. And God damn it. If I need you guys to pay close attention to the results. Because this right here, what you're doing, what we are doing in response to Pitchford, to Ubisoft, to fucking Microsoft, to all of these companies, this is what's going to work. Speak with your wallets. Speak with your actions. Being able to stand up and say this isn't right, we're doing a great job at this. I think a lot of these companies need to really go away. And I think this is a great start for that. I just hope at the end of it, Phil Spencer and Microsoft end up being the good guys. Because I like you guys. I like the whole idea of Game Pass. I enjoy being able to pay a small subscription fee to be able to try out games and enjoy a catalog of games without having to feel like an idiot because I invested $70 in Borderlands 4 only to get subpar gaming experience, right? And so Game Pass as an idea is awesome. Just work on the execution, guys. Take your site going down as a good sign of what this is. And what this is, it's not good. Anyways, that's it. I wanted to rant. This wasn't scripted, obviously. I just wanted to blur it off the top of my head. Uh, Fight the power. I'll see you guys later. Bye.